For this session, we will need a few props, a sturdy chair, make sure it's firm with a backrest, and then a block if you have one, similar, and make sure it's dense, or a thick book, and a bolster. This is the closest I have to a bolster. You can use a cute one like me, or just any firm bolster will do. And a yoga mat, of course, and let's begin. Now we begin with placing the bolster on the ground, so we have a nice support for our lower back and the tailbone. And so we come into a nice simple cross-leg sitting position on the bolster, sitting with the spine upright, the shoulders relaxed, palms gently on the knees with your eyes closed. And we begin with a little bit of breathing, inhaling deeply through the nose, letting the breath flow all the way right to the bottom of the lungs. And as you exhale, make sure you exhale completely so that all the breath can flow out of the lungs, out through your throat and out through your nose. Now from here, as you inhale, letting the breath flow through the lungs, let it radiate out through your fingers and toes, re-energizing the body. And with every exhalation, just feel the body slowly relax. The shoulders relax with every exhalation. And you can feel with every inhalation, the ribcage slowly expanding, the spine lengthening. And as you exhale, just feel the heart rate slowly coming down, the breathing becoming more relaxed, the mind's becoming a little bit more calm. And let's stay here for a couple of minutes just to bring some calm and relaxation into the body. As you inhale, keep visualizing the breath flowing down the throat into the lungs, out through the fingers and toes. And as you exhale, all the stress, all the tightness, all the tensions flowing out of the body. And you're feeling just calm and relaxed. And your mind is in its nice place. And time is just slowing down. And this time and place is only for yourself and for your own practice. And just stay here for a while more, just enjoying the breath and the calmness descending upon the body. Two more deep breaths. One more breath. And from here, gently bring your awareness back into the room and slowly open your eyes. Now just stretch your legs in front into a diamond shape with the heels together, and we are coming into a nice gentle forward bend to stretch our hips out. So from here, just gently stretch the hands to the front. As you exhale, just keep stretching the body to the front, reaching the fingers forwards, making sure to open your knees wide enough to fit the belly in. And from the side, you can see that I'm just keeping the body relaxed, stretching my hands out to the front. If you want, you can just also hold your feet to help pull yourself forward a little bit more. Now from here, with every exhalation, just stretch the fingers forwards a little more, feeling a stretch in the spine and especially the lower back. Making your breathing nice, long, and relaxed. And just stay here enjoying this stretch, feeling the stretch in the lower back, the back of the hips. And with every exhalation, you can try to reach the fingers forwards just a little more. This pose helps to correct the pressure of the uterus on the large veins in the pelvis, which can cause obstruction in circulation, resulting in fluid retention. So this pose is called Baddha Konasana. It also gives freedom to your pelvic floor muscles. 2 more deep breaths. One more breath. And from here, you can gently inhale and raise your body slowly back up to sitting, using your hands to slowly walk yourself up, placing your palms on your knees as you need to. Now from here, just roll the shoulders back, reach the fingers towards the back or resting on your bolster, and we're going to arch our chest forwards. So we're trying to squeeze our elbows together and lift the chest forwards and up, stretching the front of our shoulders and our chest muscles. So normally when we're sitting, it's always very rounded and very compressed. So what we want to do is just breathe in deeply, stretching out the front of the muscles, getting a good stretch out. And as you inhale, just feel the spine lengthen and lift the chest and stretch the chest forwards and upwards even more. Deep inhalation here. Two more deep breaths. One more breath. And from here, slowly walk your fingers back forwards using the abdominals and slowly sit back upright. Now, maintaining the same diamond leg sitting position with the heels together, just raise your right arm, opening up the chest and shoulders, and from here, gently place the left hand down on the ground and stretch the right hand over to the left hand side. At the same time, we're trying to turn the chest facing slightly upwards to the sky, and your gaze is looking up towards the ceiling. So we're stretching out the side of our body, lengthening our spine, opening up our chest and shoulders. And as you feel the spine lengthen, you can slowly walk the left hand a little bit more to the left hand side, deepening the stretch, but making sure that both your seat bones are firmly grounded on the mat. And keep breathing, and with every inhalation, just lengthen this, just feel the spine and the shoulders lengthen. Two more deep breaths. One more breath. And now from here, gently use your left hand to slowly push yourself back into the center, and let's change to the other side. Now from here, lift the left hand up and slowly place the right hand on the ground and stretch the left arm over to the right hand side, lengthening the spine and the side of the body, opening up the chest up to the sky, broadening up the shoulders and stretching the fingers. And from here, as you feel the spine soften, you can slowly walk the right hand a little bit more to the side, getting a deeper stretch through the left hand side of your torso, and trying to open up the chest a little bit more, getting that nice stretch and relaxation through the chest and the shoulders. Breathing in deeply, feeling that nice stretch, making sure both your seat bones are firmly grounded on the mat, pressing the heels together. 2 more deep breath. One more breath. And from here, slowly bring yourself up as you inhale back into a seated position. Now let's place the bolster at knee level and then gently bring your knees down onto the bolster and come into a nice all-four position, making sure that your palms are firm on the ground and the palms are shoulder width apart. And as we inhale, just lengthen the spine, pushing the hips up to the sky, arching the spine deeply, pushing the chest forwards, the gaze is forwards, breathing in deeply, taking 2 deep breaths here, just to really stretch the spine out into a nice arch back position. One more deep breath. Now from here, as we exhale, just curl the body in, push the shoulders strongly up to the sky, and then feeling the lengthening in the lower back. So we're trying to stretch the shoulders and the lower back out. One more deep breath. Now from here, inhale, and let's arch our back again, remembering to stretch the spine with the inhale, working with the breath, pushing the hips up to the sky and pushing the chest forwards. Now as you exhale, just push the shoulders, curl the body in, push the shoulders up, lengthen the spine, and we're gazing at our belly. Now we're quickening up the space. Inhale and arch, pushing the hips up, chest forwards to the front. Deep inhalation as you arch the back, getting a nice stretch. Now exhale and round the back, pushing the shoulders up, remembering to lengthen the lower back. Now get ready and inhale and arch. Exhale, round, pushing the shoulders up, lengthening the lower back, gazing at our belly. Now, slowly come back to center and walk your hands back into a nice kneeling position and then slowly sit down on your heels. From here, tuck in the toes and push back into a nice downward facing dog, strong on the palms, and we're lengthening through our shoulders, trying to push our chest towards our toes. We're gazing at our toes and we're pushing our hip up to the sky, lengthening the spine and the lower back. And if you're able to, slowly reach your heels down to the mat to stretch the hamstrings and the calves and your Achilles tendon out. Breathing in deeply and trying to lengthen the shoulders and keep pushing the chest towards your toes. Now this pose increases the blood supply to the brain and also tones your nervous system. Now from here, gently drop your knees down to the ground and sit back into a gentle child's pose, making sure that the knees are wider than the body to accommodate the belly, and resting the forehead on your two fists so that the head is slightly elevated. And breathing in deeply to give yourself a good rest after that deep stretch. So that was a very good and strong workout for the shoulders. Now, on your final inhalation, slowly raise yourself using your arms carefully back into a sitting position. And from here, just slowly roll down with the knees bent down to the ground, and we'll do a little bit of hip mobility and hip stretching work. Now, from here, let's bring the left knee all the way to the chest, and then we're going to drop the left knee down to the ground. Make sure the left foot is touching the ground. Slide your left foot along the ground, bring both feet together, and from here we bring the left knee back up to the chest, and then we drop the left foot down to the ground again, sliding the whole foot all the way forwards to the front. And from here we bring the left knee back to the chest, and then dropping the foot, sliding out. So take your time with this. We want to make sure we get a full mobility stretch on the left hip. So really feel the hip stretching, and then breathing. As you inhale, stretch the foot out. As you exhale, we bring the knee in. Do it slowly so that we can get all the circulation going to the hip flexor, loosening up all the tight hips and all the tight muscles. Now from here, we bring the left knee back to the chest, and then extending the left foot up to the sky, stretching out our hamstrings so we can hold either the back of the knee or your calf or your ankle, depending on where you can reach. And then make sure the head is rested on the ground, and you just pull the knees in towards the chest as much as you can. And if the belly is in the way, you can just open up the thighs slightly to the side, just trying to bring the knee as close to the chest and the front as possible. And then deep breathing to really relax the hamstrings and really give a good stretch to the back of the hip as well. So just breathe in gently, enjoying the stretch. Inhaling deeply, letting the breath reach all the way to the back of the hips and the hamstrings. And with every exhalation, we're focusing on relaxing the hamstrings so that we can stretch it a little further. 2 more deep breaths. 1 more breath. And from here, just release, bend the knees, and drop the left foot back on the ground. Now, from here, let's switch over to the right knee, bringing the right knee to the chest, and then we're dropping the right knee over to the right hand side down on the ground, making sure the right foot's touching the ground, sliding the right foot all the way forwards to the front. And then as you exhale, bring the right knee back to the chest, and then opening out the right knee back down to the ground, sliding the right foot along the ground all the way to the front. And then exhale, bring the knee back to the chest, and again, drop the knee down, slide the foot forwards. Exhale, bring the knee down. Remember, do it slowly and working with the breath, really feeling the stretch and the mobility in the hips with every circle of the leg. Now from here, let's bring the right knee to the chest, extending the right foot up to the sky. Now holding the back of the calf or the ankles, just pull the knees in towards the chest, making sure that you're moving the right thigh slightly away from the belly and getting a good stretch, pulling in the knee towards the chest. And then breathing in, letting the breath flow to the hip. And as you exhale, just feel the hamstrings and the hip relax with every breath. Now on your next exhalation, just gently drop the right foot back down to the ground. And from here, we're going to bring both the knees to the chest, opening up the knees slightly wider than the body, and then pointing our heels up to the sky. And now we're going to reach our hands and grab our heels and pull the knees down towards the ground. So what we're looking for is the ankle and the knee is in one straight line heading down to the ground, and then we're using some strength to really pull our knees into the ground as close as you can, getting a very nice deep stretch into the back of the hips and the lower back, and remembering to have deep relaxed breathing so you're able to relax into the stretch. And always focus that on every exhalation, we're trying to relax the hamstrings, relax the hips, and relaxing the lower back. Now from here, just gently drop both feet back down to the ground with the knees still bent, and then carefully roll the whole body over to the right hand side, taking care to take a couple of breaths before we use our left hand to push ourselves back into a nice sitting position. Now next, we're going to move over to the wall, and once you're over the wall, we want to make sure that the feet is slightly wider than the shoulders for stability. Now with the heels close to the wall, bring the hip and the shoulders flat against the wall, and then try to reach the head towards the wall as well. So you will need to wrap the core in slightly to make sure you're standing straight. So this corrects all the shoulder rounding that you normally do when you're sitting down, forcing your body to stand in an upright position, straightening out the back and using all the muscles. Holding this pose counteracts the cramps in the calf muscles during the night, as well as counteracts the curvature of the spine and pain in the hip, and also help with good alignment and posture. Now as you exhale, slowly come off the wall, and you can pause this video and go and reach for a block. Now holding the block in the palms of your hands, the side of the block. Now from here, we go back to our Tadasana position against the wall with the hip, the shoulders and the back touching the wall, and from here, inhale, reach the arms up and hold the block against the wall. So whole body straight, and now we're adding an extra stretch to the front of the shoulders, making sure to wrap the abdominals in just a little bit. No need to be so tight, just lightly, so that you can maintain your position against the wall. So this helps us to build standing strength, as well as strengthening the entire upper body muscles, which are normally weakened when we sit a little bit too much. So remember to keep breathing normally, deep inhalation, deep exhalation, and remember, don't ever hold your breath, just keep breathing. Now from here, we're going to slowly bend our elbows and bring our arms to a 90-degree position, trying to touch the edge of the block to the wall, and then bringing our elbows close together. That means trying to bring our elbows as close to the head as possible, and just slowly walk forwards, walk forwards, walk forwards, and we're trying to stretch our chest and shoulders back, giving the front of our chest and shoulders a good stretch. So remember, you can always just slowly adjust. Make sure that the edge of the block is in contact with the wall, and we're trying to bring our chest and shoulders forward as much as possible, lifting up from the upper back, and remembering to breathe in deeply and exhaling deeply. Now on your next inhalation, gently bring the arms up over the head and then bring the block slowly down to the front of the body. Now from here, we drop the block one side and then press the palms together with the elbows together. And we're trying to squeeze the elbows together and lift the elbows as high to the front as possible, stretching out our back of the shoulders and the middle of the back. So just keep looking forwards and trying to stretch the elbows and the palms up, and just breathing in gently, and exhale and release. Now from here, we come back to our chair and we're going to do a puppy dog pose on the chair to stretch our shoulders and lower back. Now from here, placing your palms to the back, gently walk your feet, bend your knees slightly. From here, as we relax the shoulders and push our hips strongly to the back, slowly straighten the legs out as much as you can to really stretch the hamstrings and lower back out. As you exhale, just relax the shoulders, keep pushing the chest down to the ground, the gaze is on the ground, feeling a nice stretch in the back of the shoulder blades, as well as the lower back and the hamstrings. Remember to keep breathing in gently and deeply. And with every exhalation, just try to push the hips back a little more and you get a deeper stretch into the shoulders as well. Now, slowly as you inhale, slowly walk the feet in until the weight's on your palms, and then as you inhale, roll the body back up into a standing position. Now from here, we're going to shift the chair to the other side of the mat and come down into a seated position. In the middle of the seat, make sure there's some space between you and the backrest, and we're going to reach the hands back to the bottom of the seat. From here, push the shoulders and the chest up to the sky, gazing up slightly. We're trying to push our chest forwards and up, stretching the front of the shoulders and the front of our chest. So normally these areas are very tight if you're always sitting down in a hunch position. So we're using the chair to help us to stretch the front of our chest and shoulders. So this can be done at any time whenever you sit as well. Just remember to push hard through the palms and lifting up through the upper back, breathing in regularly and deeply. Now from here, as you inhale, sit back up. Now open up your feet slightly wider than your hips, and from here, slowly as you exhale, reach the arms forwards, trying to reach the head down to the ground so the belly is between your thighs. And with every exhalation, just try to stretch your body and spine a little lower to the ground, just as much as you can manage. Relaxing the neck, relaxing the shoulders, bending the elbows in, keeping the seat bones grounded on the chair, and getting a nice relaxation in the lower back. Especially when you're sitting very long, you feel a little bit of discomfort in the lower back. You can always just do this pose. Now slowly on your next inhalation, raise your body slowly up, using your hands to assist you if necessary by bringing them up to the knees and the thighs first, and then slowly rolling the back up and then only the chin. Now from here, let's come to a standing position, placing the palms down on the back of the seat rest. Now from here, we're going to cross our right hand over to the left seat and then crossing the left hand over to the right backrest, and we're going to do a slight twist from the upper back. So remember, we're not twisting from the abdomen. We should never twist from the abdomen. We're trying to twist from the upper back, especially around the shoulders area, just gently so that you can feel a nice gentle stretch in the shoulders. Making sure to keep the feet grounded. Now from here, as we exhale, just switch hands left hand over to the right bottom of the seat, and then we're crossing the right hand over to the left armrest, and then just twisting the arm, so we're looking under the armpit and just twisting from the chest lightly. So remember, we want to keep the abdomen neutral, so no twisting pressure around the belly, just from the chest and upper back. Now as you exhale, just drop the hands back down to the seat and use your palms and slowly come back to standing position. Now with your feet slightly wider than your hips and your toes pointing out slightly, come down into a nice squatting position. We're going to do a yogi squat to stretch out the hips and the hamstrings, very important areas, especially when you're about to deliver. So we want very nice flexible hips. So making sure that the heels are flat on the ground, the feet are in line with your knees. We're going to press our elbows against the thighs and press the palms together at the heart center. From here, squeeze the arms and the palms and lift the chest up, gazing forwards, breathing in gently, and then enjoying that nice deep stretch in the hips, the hamstrings, and the glutes. And remember, relax breathing. With every exhalation, just feel the hips slowly relaxing and stretching out. You will also feel the lower back stretch out. Now on your next inhalation, slowly squeeze the thighs and use your hands to help you to come back into a nice standing position at the front of the mat with the hands on the hips. And now we're going to do a series of standing poses to build strength into our legs, especially during the third trimester. When we've been sitting around a lot, it's very important to keep the whole body strong. Now from here, we take the one big step back with our left foot, pointing our front foot forwards, the left foot to the side of the room in a 90-degree position. From here, we spread our arms out into a star shape and then drop the right hand on the shin, and then opening up the chest and shoulders and lifting the left hand up to the sky into a nice triangle pose, Trikonasana, just to give a good stretch to the side of the body and as well as the spine and the shoulders and the chest. So we're gazing up at our left hand, right hand pushing against the shin. And breathing in deeply to really stretch the whole body out. Now from here, as we inhale, come back to center, and then we bend the front right knee, holding our arms perpendicular to the shoulders in a nice warrior two position. Breathing in deeply and holding this pose, keeping the legs strong, keeping the spine straight in between your two legs. And then breathing in deeply. Make sure that the back leg is strong and straight, and we're sending all the way to the back leg. And from here, as we exhale, just lean forward and place the right elbow on the right thigh. And then we're stretching our left arm over the head into a nice side angle stretch, further stretching out the side of our body, keeping our spine nice and strong and healthy. Now, legs are starting to get tired, so keep breathing to keep the legs strong. Now, as we inhale, lift the body back up into a warrior two. Place the hands on the hips and then turn the front foot back in and turn the back foot out to the back. And then we're going to place our left elbow on the left thigh, stretching the right arm over the head and stretching the other side of our body in a side angle stretch. Remember to keep the right leg straight and strong, and we're sending all the way to the right heel. Breathing in deeply, keeping the gaze up to the sky. Just a few more breaths here. One more breath. And from here, as we inhale, slowly come back up into a warrior two position. Making sure that the arms And the shoulders are relaxed. Energy through the fingers, back leg strong, the spine straight in between the two legs. Breathing in deeply, keeping the legs strong. Just a couple more breaths. Now, from here, slowly straighten the front leg, lean the body slightly to the front, and then we drop the right hand down to the shin, and lifting the left hand up to the sky, and we're gazing at our left hand, opening up our chest and shoulders, and we're opening up our hips as well into a nice triangle pose. Remember to keep pushing the shin with your left hand to really open up the chest and shoulders, breathing in deeply. 2 more deep breaths. 1 more breath. And from here, we slowly bring the hand back down to the hip. Turn the back foot facing forwards. Lean the body forwards. And then with the knees bent, gently step the right foot forwards into a gentle chair pose. And then only slowly straighten the legs up, standing carefully. Now from here, let's move to the front of the chair, placing both your hands flat on the seat of the chair. And then we are straightening out the spine, pushing the hips to the back, hips directly over the ankles, shoulders over the hands, gaze forwards, the chest facing forwards. Now from here, let's lift the right leg up. Now bring the right hand to the hip and making sure that the left foot and hand is firm. Slowly open up the hip to the right hand side, making sure that you're flexing your right foot into the body and opening up the hip. And finally, once you feel that you are firm, gently bring your right hand up to the sky, making sure to keep both the feet and the chest facing forwards. Now, if you have trouble balancing, just remain the right hand on your hip. That's fine. Keep your gaze, chest all facing forwards, trying to keep the bottom leg, the standing leg straight and balancing on the leg, and just putting out your left hand for balance. And from here, once we're done, slowly bring the right hand back down to the hip, and then slowly bring the right leg down and the right hand back down on the chair. And from here, once you're firm, lift the left leg up, chest facing forwards, gaze forwards, making sure the spine is straight. And once you feel that you are stable and the right leg is strong and straight, bring your left hand to the hip and then gently open up the hip to the left hand side, flexing your left foot into the body. And once you feel that the whole body is firm, then only bring your left hand up to the sky, and your hip, your chest and your gaze is all facing forwards. Continue to keep flexing the left foot into the body so that the leg and the body is straight. Keep the right leg firm and breathe gently. Don't hold your breath. Remember to keep breathing. And once you're done, gently bring the left hand down to the chair and lower the left leg back down to the ground. And from here, walk the feet in and gently roll the body up as you inhale. Now, from here, let's come down to a nice seated position. Now, from here, we're going to do a Dandasana staff pose to lengthen and release all the tension from our spine. So we're going to open up our feet slightly wider than the hips, as wide as you feel comfortable. And just place your palms next to your hips. And from here, as we inhale, push down from the shoulders, keeping the arms straight, and then the pressures on the palms and lengthen the spine. Gaze and chest facing forwards. Now with every inhalation, just feel the rib cage slowly expand, and as you exhale, just push a little bit more, feeling a further extension of the spine. Now make sure that both your feet are always flexing in towards the body to keep the whole lower body firm. And you are pushing the thigh bone into the hip. Now from here, release the hands, keeping the spine tall. Bend the right knee, bringing the right foot to your hip. And then now, just bend your left knee, grab the foot with your both hands, and just as you exhale, stretch out the left foot, making sure that the left foot is slightly away from the belly so that you have space to gently fold forward. So we're using the strength of your leg to stretch the shoulders and the spine. So it's not necessary to straighten the leg all the way. If you can't, what we are aiming for is grabbing onto your foot tightly, making sure the thigh is slightly away. In this case, it's on the left side of the belly, and then we're using the thigh to really give the shoulders and the spine a good stretch, and making sure to relax the neck, relax the shoulders. So with every exhalation, just try to stretch the thigh forward a little more, giving yourself a deeper and deeper stretch. And always make sure that both the seat bones are grounded on the mat and you're not pressing the belly against your thigh. So always make sure that the thigh is just slightly away from the body. 2 more deep breaths. 1 more breath. Now from here, as you inhale, bring yourself back to sitting position. We're going to do the Dandasana again to stretch the spine out. Palms next to the hips, stretching the legs out, breathing in deeply, stretching the spine straight, looking forwards, chest forwards. Just a couple of breaths here just to reset the body. And then let's switch legs now. Bend the left knee, bring the left foot into the hip. It's on the ground, and then we are going to bend our right knee, grabbing the right foot with both your hands, and from here, making sure that the right thigh is away from the belly, just slightly to the right hand side. And then as you exhale, stretch the leg out, and then relaxing the neck, relaxing the shoulders, just letting the strength of your legs stretch out the shoulders and the spine. And with every exhalation, just try to stretch the legs forward a little more, giving a deeper stretch through the shoulders and the spine. Making sure both seat bones fully grounded on the mat and you're not pressing the belly against the thigh. And then deep, relaxing breathing, letting the breath slowly relax the body, making sure that every exhalation, you feel the body loosening up. Two more deep breaths. One more breath. And from here, just inhale and slowly bring yourself back up to sitting. Now stretch both legs out back again into Dandasana just to reset the whole body, stretch out the spine. And from here, slowly bend the knees and we come back up to sitting position, and you can pause the video for a while. And you can go and take 2 big pillows together with your big bolster, arrange them like how I'm doing in the video. We're going to go to a supported Savasana. So make sure that the pillows are nicely stacked up. The bolster is there for your head. From here, making sure that everything is nice and secure. Just slowly come back down into a sitting position. And then making sure that your hip is close to the cushions. And from here, using your hand to support you, just lean back on your cushions, resting your head on the bolster. So the head is always at the highest point. Now, from here, we're going to bend both knees. The heels are together, and we're just going to open the knees up to the ground in a diamond shape. So we make sure that the feet is not so close to the hip. you have some space like a diamond shape so that the hip flexors are relaxed. And we're just going to relax the shoulders, relax the chest, and gently just let the arms and the hands drop down to the ground. You can close your eyes and relax your head against the bolster. From here, we go back to the deep breathing that we did in the beginning. So inhale deeply through the nose, visualizing the breath flowing down the throat, filling your lungs completely. And as you exhale, making sure you exhale completely so all the tiredness and the tension from the class can flow out with every breath. And with every inhalation, you can feel the ribcage expand, the energy flowing all the way to your fingers and toes, re-energizing your body. And as you exhale, just feel the whole body now fully warmed up, fully stretched out, fully relaxed. And with every exhalation, you can also feel the heart rate slowly returning to normal. The mind's becoming a little bit more calm. And you can really feel the difference the workout and the circulation has done to your body. So if you'd like to remain in this position longer, just feel free to pause the video with your nice relaxing music in the background and stay here for 5 to 10 minutes or as long as you need. This is also a good position to be in whenever you feel that your shoulders or chest or hips are very stressed and you just want a simple, relaxing, stretched out pose. Now on your next inhalation, just gently bring your hands to your thighs and close your knees back together again. Breathing in deeply, and then from here we're stretching our arms to the back, stretching out our shoulders and spine, and if you like to, you can also stretch your legs to the front, giving your body a good stretch before we come back up to sitting. Now from here, carefully bend your knees and slowly roll over to your right hand side. Staying here for a couple of breaths to make sure that you have enough oxygen going to the brain first. And using your left hand to slowly push against the ground to slowly come up back into a simple cross-leg sitting position. So remember to take your time to come back up. Now from here, sitting with the spine tall, shoulders relaxed. The hips are now nice and stretched out. Just breathe in deeply, taking a few deep breaths to slowly bring your awareness back into the room. And once you feel ready, you can gently open your eyes. And I hope you enjoyed the class. So thank you for your time and energy, and namaste, and hope to see you again soon in the next video. So remember to comment below if you'd like to see more videos like this, or if there's any particular workout that you'd like to see. And remember to subscribe so that you can be informed whenever there's a new video out. So thank you again, and see you again next video.